Hi Charles, Jamie McGinty here. Just wanted to put together a quick little presentation that would be easier for you to view while you're away. Just going to talk about myself a little bit, how I do business, my team, our marketing, and then discuss about the market value of the property and how the market is doing right now. So what we'll do first is I'll start with a little presentation about myself and my business and how we do business. All right, Charles, here we go. So the backbone of my business is this. It is our mission to make each and every client feel like they are our only client, to serve every client with a level of quality and integrity that is unmatched within the real estate industry, to create a comfortable environment for each and every one of our clients that's built on mutual respect, trust, and confidence, to execute all aspects of each real estate transaction in a professional and efficient manner. So ensuring that when an offer comes in, we're reviewing it, we're seeing what is in there, we're taking out what we don't want, and adding in what is in there to protect you. For rural properties, this is extremely important when you're running into wells and septics, propane, fireplaces, oil, you've got the geothermal. It's good to have somebody who's knowledgeable like myself, who does a lot of rural properties, to help walk people through that, because if not, they often are confused and concerned about it because they don't know enough about it. So why I work by referral? About 90% of my business is referral and repeat clients. And my main focus always is ensuring that I exceed my clients' expectations. I know if I exceed client expectations, they will refer me constantly. If I meet their expectations, they may or may not. So I'm always striving to go above and beyond what anybody else would do. So RE/MAX is the #1 largest real estate company in the world. Very important factor for me when I chose who to work with when it comes to the companies. RE/MAX is by far the most cutting edge when it comes to technology. They're always leading the way. If we look online, I'm a stats guy, so I'm always following to see what's happening. This here is Google Trends, so I can search who is searching the big names in real estate. We're looking at every 100 hits that RE/MAX gets. Royal LePage is in second place, hitting 25 to 30. So we're miles ahead of second place, and the rest of the pack you can see kind of drags along the bottom. In Canada, 1 out of every 3 properties is sold by a RE/MAX agent, so it's a very substantial chunk of the market share. Where buyers come from, this is important for me to know, so I know where to direct my marketing. Internet and real estate agent are the biggest piece of the pie. Everything else now has kind of become second and third class. So magazines, newspapers, private sales, open houses, they're all very, very minimal. So we focus a lot of our attention on the online marketing and presence and networking with realtors who are typically Highway 7 and south, because that's where the majority of our buyers come from. Real estate photography, one of the most important items when it comes to the sale of your home is presentation. These pictures you see across the top are what you see in a typical real estate listing. These are the same rooms with the proper angles, lighting, and equipment. It's ensuring that the online presentation is absolutely second to none. And I think if you look on my webpage, if you go under sold listings, you'll see that. Photography and videos, aerial tours, everything is top notch, and it needs to be. So for aerial photography, I was one of the first people in this area to actually have a drone and do the photography. And it's been 8 years now since I've been doing that. And it's so well received, especially with a property like yours. We really need to emphasize all of the property. So shots from up above with the video ensures that people can really appreciate what exactly is there. Important to have a great presentation, and people need to know where to find it. So Web Initiative, we're very aggressive with online marketing. Really, that's where all the buyers are. So Realtor.ca is your main hub. That's where all the listings go to. From there, your #1 searched branded webpage is remax.ca. Facebook, a lot of activity on there. My own webpage, which is brand new design, very user friendly. The whole idea was to not overcomplicate things. People like big pictures, videos, and that's what we focus on. There's another 30 web pages that we send all the listings to, so it is impossible for somebody not to find it. In fact, so on the RE/MAX Global webpage, that's where all of our listings go as well. So we're in 70 countries, in 40 different languages. The languages are becoming more important now because we're seeing a lot of buyers coming up from the city who don't have English as their first language. So we're making sure that they're not missing anything. Digital marketing. This is the absolute most brilliant marketing that's out there. So Facebook ads and Google ads, we can target market buyers who are looking specifically for real estate, looking in our area, looking for acreage. There's so many different setups that we have that we can really target market those buyers that are out there looking for a place like yours. We do find a lot of buyers come out of the city, Mississauga, Markham, Woodbridge, Bolton. So we focus a lot of ads in that area as well. We follow very closely with the analytics to see which ads are working better and which ones aren't. If there's something that's underperforming and we see an ad that's performing really well with high turnover and conversion rates, then we will adapt more ads in that regard. But we're always on top of that because the effectiveness of it is second to none. Open houses not happening right now during the COVID time, which is fine because even as general rule, they're not overly effective. If a buyer is ready to make a move and has actual motivation, they book a showing. They're not waiting for a Sunday afternoon to go look at a house. Sales history. The whole point of this slide is to give people a good perspective that we are always working on offers. So I sell around 80 to 90 houses per year. So usually in 3 or 4 negotiations a week when it comes to rural properties. And it's important for my clients to know that I'm very well versed in it. Negotiating is definitely my strong suit, as well as going through offers and ensuring that what is in there should be in there. If it shouldn't, we take it out and we include what needs to be in there to protect you. So I've sold 712 houses to date. We're actually a bit higher than that now because I haven't updated this in a couple of months, but getting closer to the 800 point now, which is it's enough to get a pretty good idea of how things work and how to negotiate very, very strongly. So RE/MAX is a great supporter for many charities. One of the biggest ones is the Children's Miracle Network. So money is donated every realtor for every transaction. I do my own stuff locally with Habitat for Humanity, the Canadian Cancer Society, and the food bank. We always do a food drive for the food bank as well. Client appreciation party. For me, it's more important to take care of my clients than it is to try to advertise my brains out. Because if I've got 250 people that come off a cruise that I've put on, there's nothing better than having all those walking, talking billboards, essentially, people that are willing to refer me. So every year I put on a client appreciation party. I don't know if you'll be back here or not, but if you are, it's always a good time. Try to find something that people can do, whether they're 2 or 92, and still have an enjoyable time. There's always food and drinks and giveaways and that sort of thing. But for me, I just feel like you can advertise your brains out, but if you are doing a great job for your clients and exceed their expectations, they will refer you. And it's been proven to me year after year. Buying and selling costs. So we're looking on the selling side here on the right-hand side. Real estate fees averages 5% in the area. For listings that are over $1 million, I do it at 4%. And I offer out 2.5% to the cooperating brokerage out of that. So I'm working for 1.5%. Legal fees on the sale, typically around $1,100. If there's more complexities to it, it will go up, but that gives you a good idea. Oil tank, we don't need to worry about. Septic pump, usually around $350. Wet certificate for the fireplaces, if they need to be certified, $175, and then mortgage discharge penalty are your typical expenses. Lots of ways to get a hold of me. Obviously, everything comes to the phone these days, so email, text, WhatsApp, any messenger programs, and everything else. So I'm very easy to get a hold of, and I always ensure that I get back to people promptly. If I'm in a meeting or an appointment, that person takes my priority and I call back when I'm done. Aside from that, if I'm just out and about and I get phone calls, I take them right away. If I can't, I return them right away because I understand the importance in that. And that's about all. Hopefully that sums everything up for you. Hopefully you found that presentation helpful and it answered a lot of questions you may have had, as well as giving you a good overview on what we do to market the property and the overall process. So what I'm going to do now is prepare and send you over the comparative market analysis so we can have a look at the different sales that have happened and those that haven't, like listings that have expired and didn't sell, and then try to determine where the best place to price the home is. I typically try to price it as high as possible without being outrageous where we're not going to get any showings. The idea is to price it at a point where there's still a bit of room for negotiating, but we're going to get the most amount of activity because at the end of the day, our real drive is to try to generate more than one offer. So I'll get that ready for you, and then I will give you a call or actually send you an email to let you know everything's ready, and we can talk about it and discuss. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I look forward to speaking with you shortly in regards to pricing.